Hello, this is Buttercup, and welcome to Episode 3 of my Halo Wars Unit Briefing series. Up until now, we've covered the might of the Scorpion main battle tank and the brute force of the Banshee. But sometimes the theater of war calls for a strong, subtle, yet speedy touch. So without further ado, let's get ready to roll. The M12 Force Application Vehicle, or commonly designated as Warthog, is the UNSC's primary ground vehicle used for scouting and reconnaissance capacity. With a number of variants, the Warthog has seen a multitude of changes ever since its inception in the original Halo Combat Evolved. From the original Gunner variant in Halo 1 to the eventual Gauss edition in Halo 2, as well as armored personnel carrying variants and rocket variants in Halo Reach, the Warthog has proved to be a sturdy platform for the UNSC. As such, the Warthog has earned its presence in Halo Wars as truly a force to be reckoned with. There are a number of unique attributes that help to set aside the Warthog from other units in the game, and despite its meager designation as a scout unit, is capable of so much more. The Warthog is available to all UNSC leaders and has the designation of a scout vehicle. Unlike most vehicles, the Warthog can be built from the base, and at tech level 0 can be built at any time. Each Warthog will cost 150 supplies and require 1 population space. And as with most vehicles, Warthogs can be hijacked or commandeered by Spartans, as well as airlifted by Pelicans. With their unique build location, as well as requiring 0 tech to be built, Warthogs can be commissioned as soon as the game starts. However, with no inherent offensive capability, save for the Hog's ram ability, players who seek to use Warthogs in the long term must invest in some upgrades. The Warthog's first upgrade is Gunner, available at tech level 1 at a cost of 250 supplies. While it should be noted that the Gunner ability does add an additional 25% to health and damage, the real benefit comes from the addition of a backseat gunner, extending the Hog's range by quite a bit over its meager ram ability. With its newfound offenses, the Warthog is now capable of fulfilling a variety of more roles, rather than just picking up supplies and early game scouting. Whether fighting off enemy or rebel infantry, or clearing out bases for an expansion, this newly acquired firepower takes this otherwise passive scout unit and turns it into a true Force Application Vehicle. However, the Warthog doesn't stop there, as its remaining upgrades only help to further this force even more. Up next is Grenadier, available at tech level 2 at a cost of 500 supplies. Despite Warthog still only costing 1 population space, the Warthog is now fully equipped riding at full capacity with a driver, gunner, and Grenadier. Once again conferring a 25% boost to both health and damage multiplier, the Grenadier bolsters even more damage per second, at an equivalent of roughly 20% that of the Gunner. While this new damage source may seem to pale in comparison to the Gunner, its true benefit lies in its enhanced weapon-type damage multiplier against light vehicles, heavy vehicles, and buildings. With the Grenadier upgrade, Hogs will be able to stand their own against enemy vehicles and bring down buildings at a much faster pace. And finally, we arrive at the Gauss Cannon upgrade, available at tech level 3 for 800 supplies. Once again increasing hit points and damage by 25% each, the Gauss Cannon upgrade additionally augments the Hog's Gunner into a Gauss Cannon weapon type. This weapon augmentation generally serves to increase the damage done by the Warthog. Accordingly, weapon type damage multiplier increases are seen when facing against heavy infantry, such as Hunters, Covenant leaders, enemy heavy vehicles, such as tanks, and doing even more damage against buildings. It can be trivially noted, however, that the only weapon type damage multiplier that sees a decrease in taking the leap from Gunner to Gauss is that against the Flood. However, facing off against the Flood is quite the rare occurrence in the online multiplayer, and hopefully, by the time you have Gauss, Flood will be the least of your worries. With the last of the Warthog's tech upgrades under its belt, it will have nearly doubled both its offensive and defensive capabilities since its onset. And after achieving this final tech level, players can easily give up any excess reactors they have in favor of a better economy. And once again, with its unique ability to build from any base, increasing your Hog production is as easy as taking an expansion. By combining all of these attributes, there's no unit as powerful and painfully persistent as the Warthog. From the onset of a game, a number of factors will contribute to finding success with the Warthog. Utilizing Warthogs requires a great deal of build order control, as well as micromanagement of your units. With only its ram ability, the Warthog starts off considerably weaker than Ghosts and Choppers. And lastly, it only takes but a single Raging Arbiter to easily tear through a large group of unsuspecting Hogs. However, despite these minor shortcomings, Hogs more than make up for it with versatility, firepower, and speed. Replacing fallen Hogs can be done so in a quick and efficient manner in order to keep the pressure on. Fast and mobile by nature, Hogs are ideal for capturing enemy hooks and denying enemy expansions. And should you catch a straggling Covenant leader out in the open with 450 resources in your pocket, drop a disruption bomb and initiate an all-unit ram on the Covenant leader in order to skew their pathfinding and ensure their demise. In summary, while starting off as nothing more than a seemingly civilian vehicle, a Warthog's upgrades can compound quickly, easily making this by far the superior scout unit. In a metagame that no longer consists of long, drawn-out ceasefires, culminating in a collision of full armies at the 10-minute mark, players have been forced into taking action in the early game. And there's no unit that seems to have hogged the early game attention as much as the M12 Force Adaptive Vehicle. So if you're a fan of swarms, scouting, strength, and speed, then cry havoc, and let slip the Hogs of War. Thanks for watching. This has been Buttercup. Join me next time when I'll be covering a Covenant leader of your choice. So be sure to leave a vote in the comments below for which Covenant leader you would like to see: the Prophet of Regret, the Arbiter, or the Brute Chieftain. But until then, see you on the battlefield.